Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast, The Social Scoop, where we keep you guys updated on all different kinds of current pop culture trends and events. Today, we're going to be diving into the movie world with the Oscars. So the Oscars are awards for artistic and technical merit in film. They are presented annually here in the United States, and they're widely considered to be the most prestigious awards within the film industry. And so today what we're going to be doing is we're just going to dive into some of the, most popular current winners of this event.
Let's get to it.
So we have Anora, which overall won Best Picture. But it didn't just win Big Picture. It also brought home the Oscar for film editing and original screenplay, as well as leading actress, Mikey Madison. She won an award. And then Best Director as well, Sean Baker. Wow. So, have any of you guys watched Anora?
I never seen it. I don't know what it's about.
Okay.
I never seen it either.
Okay, so a little bit of background about me. I work in entertainment market research, and so we work alongside all different kinds of movie studios, and Anora is one of the films that we actually worked very closely with. So I was in charge of gathering consumer opinions of this film. And there were a lot of mixed reactions. I think lots of people watch movies sometimes without knowing what they're getting into, but a lot of people really did like it. So here's what it's about. So Anora, a young woman from Brooklyn, gets her chance at a Cinderella story when she meets and marries the son of an oligarch. And once the news reaches Russia, her fairy tale is threatened as the parents set out for New York to get the marriage annulled. So you can go ahead and start the trailer so we can get kind of a feel of what it is that we're talking about a little bit.
Yo.
Was that Timothy Chalamet?
I don't think so.
Do you see milk in the
I don't know, actually.
No. Can I pick up the milk? Wonderful. Thank you.
The music eats.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of Euphoria a little bit.
Yeah,
It does,
it's
yeah.
like that theme. I personally wouldn't watch.
15 cash up front. Deal.
Honestly, hold on. I might watch this.
It's a little cute.
If I married to an American, I wouldn't have to go back to Russia.
Okay, so we should marry. And you and Laura take this handsome guy.
Да я был с ним 2 недели назад буквально. Он не женат.
So you did tell them, right?
This is where the drama hits.
Пожалуйста. Ты женился на какой-то проститутке? Это она?
It's pretty funny.
Like, what do you do to get all of this?
Oh, it looks interesting, but I'm still hesitant. Should I watch it or not?
It's a fraud marriage, and we're getting in an old ASAP.
Damn.
Well, okay.
She has an arm.
What is that? Is that a butterfly? That's a butterfly. You're so classy. I know. I got dollar signs like a real hoe.
Why does that sound like our conversations, Chelsea?
No, it looks does. So yeah, this is our big winner for that night. And fun fact, so this movie was actually produced by a studio called A24, which is a popular, well-known independent studio. They've produced other, really popular movies like The Substance and Brutalist, which are also part of the
winners,
Oscars.
yeah.
The winners. They also did things like Maxine, I believe. And then what else? What was the other movie? Well, Warfare is coming out this year. That's also by them. So yeah, a little fun fact. They've been really successful this year.
They happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I see why. It's pretty It looks entertaining. I will watch it.
No, yeah, for sure.
watch
Yeah,
And
it looks very interesting, and I think for independent film, it's pretty good.
You
Right.
guys will
Yeah.
get a review out of me next podcast.
I think it's a big win for indie
It
in general, you know, like this is such like, I don't know, it's such a big success, you know. There's 3 movies from what I know that are part of the Oscars this year, all from the same studio, and that's, you know, it's great to see that kind of advancement within the independent movie industry, you know what I mean? Then the next movie that we have is Wicked.
Love Wicked.
So
I have so many thoughts about Wicked. I love it.
I have the film synopsis right here. I mean, do I even need to read what it is about?
I think
you guys know what Wicked is.
Everyone knows what Wicked is about, but just in case, I'm gonna, you know, go ahead and explain a little bit of what it is. So Alphaba, a young woman, is ridiculed for her green skin, and Glinda, also known as Glinda, a popular girl, become friends at Shiz University in the land of Oz. And after an encounter with the wonderful Wizard of Oz, their friendship reaches a crossroads. So it's basically the prequel to what happens within the Wizard of Oz, the original movie. They won Best Production Design and Costume Design. I mean,
I feel
duh.
Yeah, but I feel like they should have won more awards. Like the
I'm
award shows
surprised.
keep cheating them.
Yeah,
I was
I agree with
surprised.
that. I know one of the things that people were saying is like they should have won Best Feature, which it went to Anora, but they were a part of the nomination. People were like, "What? An indie film won? I never even heard of that. I haven't even seen that. It should have been Wicked." Like people were saying a commentary about that because everyone's like, "Yeah, it's a musical, but it has like all these stars like Cynthia and Ariana Grande, and it had a bunch of like." Nice music, and it was just like a whole overall trend, and people were like, I love the production design and the
Right.
storyline, and people were like, I don't know how the Best Feature won. I guess it is what it is. Like people had a mixed review, and there's others that were like, I think it was good that independent an indie film like won, because
Since you mentioned music, I know there was a music category like Best Original Music, and they lost that. Like how? What do you mean Wicked lost? Like the songs are catchy. It's been everywhere. Like, hello.
I don't know. Maybe it doesn't classify as original in the traditional sense because it comes from a Broadway. So maybe that's why.
Maybe.
I
Okay.
think overall, like it's still a win. Because I don't know. It seems like Wicked already has its popularity. It has its. It was very heavily promoted, but when it comes to films like Anora and The Substance, I think they deserve the getting an Oscar just because of
to bring more awareness in.
Yeah, because you know, just because something's really popular doesn't mean that there isn't
But it
other
was good,
films
though.
that don't, you know.
It helps.
I mean, yeah, it was good.
It helps diversify the whole Hollywood film culture. And to be honest, not a lot of people are really interested in musicals. People get annoyed. They're
Right.
like, oh, they're singing
That
every
is
5
true.
seconds.
Yeah.
And then, so that's another reason that they probably like didn't win, because yeah, it's a trend, but at the same time, not many people might like that genre. They want something more serious with drama and action and intense moments. Because it really makes like the cinema and more like an emotional connection than just it's just a TikTok trend. Oh, it's just like a little musical here and there. And some people get annoyed, and some people they like it because they're musical theater nerds.
Just calling you guys nerds, by the way. I just wish they had more awards.
Talking about musical theater, the performance for Defying Gravity was so good.
That was really good. I loved
And
it.
a little touch that I liked was giving Cynthia the main spotlight, and then Ariana, instead of being next to her, was just kind of like off
On
to
the
the
sideline.
side. That was a nice little touch. It really brings into the focus that yes, Ariana is a famous celebrity, but at the end of the day, the main character is and will always be the character that Cynthia is playing, which is Alphaba. So I like that.
Yeah, her vocal range is amazing.
Yes.
I love it so much. And their dresses were beautiful. Ariana Grande's dress actually
Yes.
did a
Oh
reference
my
to the
God,
Ruby
yes.
the slippers.
Right, the ruby slippers from the original.
From the original Wizard of Oz. I
We'll
thought that
cut
was
that
a
out. Don't
cute.
worry.
I thought that was a cute tribute.
No,
to like
yeah.
the original movie.
I like the shot that they gave showing Ariana looking at Cynthia from the side. Did you see that shot?
Oh, I don't remember.
Well, Cynthia's right here and Ariana's right here, and you could see from this angle like Ariana admiring Cynthia.
Oh, yes, I do remember. Yes, I said, oh my God, that was so cute.
It is. I love their little
Aw.
moments.
And honestly like kind of off topic, but her dress, Ariana's dress reminded me of my quinceañera dress. So I had like a big puffy red dress that kind of looked a little bit like hers. So when I saw her, I was like, oh wow, like I've been on trend since 2016 or 2017, whatever. So then the next film that we have that I think really deserves spotlight is The Substance. This is, like I've said before, it's another film produced by A24, the indie movie studio. The synopsis is: fading actress Elizabeth Sparkle becomes distressed when her chauvinistic boss fires her from her aerobics show. She soon injects herself with a mysterious serum that promises a younger, better version of herself, but things go horribly wrong. Have you guys seen this movie or have seen the trailer at all?
I've never seen anything.
Okay, so basically, it is such a good, I would say, it's such a good representation of the beauty standards that we as women have to go through, and especially in Hollywood. It's one of those things where you sit down and it will completely warp the way you see things, but I think like in a better way. It's, I mean, basically this lady, I mean, I don't know if this is spoilers or anything, but this lady, she injects herself with this serum and eventually she turns into this horrific monster trying to, in an effort to pursue this beauty standard that is so highly unachievable for so many people. And I think it was great. And of course, they won makeup and hairstyling. Duh, right? And and then
I know nothing about that. The makeup and hairstyling.
But you know about Conan, right?
Yes. But why did you think it deserved makeup and hairstyling?
Because it was good. I think it was really good, personally. And it makes sense too, considering the fact that it's a movie about beauty standards. So like, of course, the makeup and hairstyling is going to be on point.
Yeah,
it's going to be on point. Yeah, of course.
I actually saw a clip like of the movie, and I was like, oh, the aesthetics of it is actually really good.
Yeah,
the way that the actors are they're portraying the characters and like the makeup and the hair design, I was like, they deserve that award. And it's pretty ironic that they got that award, since in Hollywood, women specifically had to have like hold up like to this standard, like, oh, you need to look a certain way, you need to be a certain height, a certain figure, and this movie calls that out. And the fact that it's an indie film calling that out, it makes it more real.
Yeah,
since
for sure.
It's more personal, it's a smaller production, but it's a big message and it's important because there's many Hollywood actresses and that they get a bunch of mental illnesses, and
of
that
course.
they start like putting themselves down, they're comparing to one another, and then they have insecurities, especially in that culture. And with a certain like beauty standard, men in Hollywood could sexualize women very poorly and treat them as an object.
Unfortunately, yes, that's very true.
So the only thing I know about The Substance is from the clips that were shown in Conan's, because Conan was a host, and hosts usually have like crazy intros.
Yes.
So he parodied The Substance. And have you guys seen it at all, or know anything about it?
No.
Okay. So here it is.
Conan, you're on. Conan?
So I remember seeing this part, and I was like, what the hell is going on right now?
I cannot believe what I'm watching.
I know, right?
That is so random.
Where's that shoe?
It's low-key so disturbing.
Oh my God. And this is how it started, right?
Yes. First it started with Cynthia and Ariana.
Okay, yeah.
And then this, yeah.
No, that's great. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I think it's such a funny, creative way to reference one of the winning movies here. That's actually so creative. I love it. So then the next movie that we have that we can talk about, which actually kind of surprised me, but it also definitely makes sense, is the movie Flow. It's an animated feature film, and it won Best Animated Feature. So this movie was going up against Wild Robot, Inside Out 2, and then what was the other one? Oh, Memoir of a Snail.
Yeah.
And I think one more as well, but I forgot which one. And I honestly thought either Wild Robot or Inside Out 2 was going to win. I don't know about you
I
guys.
loved Inside Out 2, especially the part where they showcase how panic attacks could feel.
Yeah.
I felt so emotional. It was like, you see me.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it was an okay movie, though.
Yeah, I thought it would be like Inside Out 2 because, you know, even Disney or Disney Pixar, they tend to be like the major film studios.
Mhm.
And the fact that it lost an award to an independent film is I'm a little bit sad because I'm biased a bit. But I'm a little bit sad about that, but at the same time, like, that's really good. And I never heard of the movie Flow. It looks cute. I've seen like a poster.
I have a
but
synopsis
I haven't seen
for it.
the trailer.
So, Flow is a 2024 animated film about a cat who must work with other animals to survive a flood. And the film is set in a post-apocalyptic world and features absolutely no dialogue. So, I mean, okay, I thought Inside Out 2 was going to win because the day that I was working in theaters, when it came out, that weekend actually was insane. I've never seen the theater so packed before in my life. Those ushers, they were fighting for their lives. They were in the trenches.
Yes.
They were literally struggling in the trenches. It was so bad. I thought Inside Out 2 was going to win, but it makes a lot of sense because it's like, for a while, Disney has always taken up the spotlight, and it's really nice to see yet another independent,
yes.
and this time, not just independent, but also an animated film, an industry that doesn't really get that much recognition in the first place. Independent animated film win this award. I think it means a lot, it gives room to, like I said in the past, more films that I deserve should be recognized because it's not just, oh, Disney this, oh, DreamWorks that.
I'm really glad they're not focusing on mainstream, and it gives indie filmmakers like hope that their film can be seen. So I really like how a lot of independent films are being shown and awarded.
Yeah, and the fact that it's a big, like a very big award, that's amazing to get an Oscar and especially like in something in the category like animation.
Yeah,
I think that's beautiful, and it's a great opportunity to like expand and grow in the business. And it's pretty interesting to know that they beat a very big studio like Disney. Everyone loves Disney. And Disney hasn't won an Oscar in like since 2022 with Encanto. That was the last time that they won an Oscar.
Welcome to the family, my God.
I love that movie.
We should have a whole podcast just singing.
We should. I think that Encanto was an amazing movie, and it most definitely deserved the Oscar that I got. To this day, I still religiously sing those songs. They were so good.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Oh my God, yes. We don't talk about Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno. No.
No, Lemon what ate with that one.
He owes you.
Really, for real.
The songs, oh my God, I loved it. And now that's just like reminded me of something. People are like, the Disney villain songs has gone down now because I saw this
with
post.
Wish. Wish was so bad. I'm sorry.
I didn't watch it.
No, I remember I saw this post. Someone's like, how did we go from this? And they were like talking about, we don't talk about Bruno. They're showing a clip. And then it went to, these are the things I get, like from the movie Wish. And I was like, you know what? Was it Chris Pine, which is the voice of like Magnifico from Wish? Like he voiced good and he sings good, but the writing was horrible. It did not sound like a Disney villain song.
I know that a lot of people were complaining about the animation for that movie because it looked like it wasn't fully rendered, which actually brings me back to Flow because I feel like they did a similar art style, but it was very successful. It's not your typical 3D animation where they aim for like a little bit of realism, but mostly cartoony. It's like, I don't know how to explain it, but the art style is just different and I like it. It almost looks like it's not rendered, but like in a really good way, if that makes sense.
The medium is like kind of like a watercolor thing. It's a mix of like 3D animation with 2D drawing over it. And I think that's what Disney's Wish failed. It looked like more AI generated and less rendering versus in Flow.
Right.
It looked more like more rendering. It has more smooth colors and it blended very well.
That's true.
Would you guys like to watch the Flow trailer?
Of course.
Trailers.
Yeah, we definitely have a trailer lined up for this one so that you guys can get to see and feel kind of what the movie was like. So.
This is reminding me kind of the game called Cats.
Me too.
You know what I'm talking about,
I was
right?
gonna say that. Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah, it does.
But Cats deals with robots, I feel like.
It's so cute. So it's a movie featured originally in the Cannes Film Festival in France.
Okay.
That was so random.
That scene reminds me of Moana.
Oh yeah, that's so true. With the chicken, right?
And the boat.
Oh my god, they're so cute, all the animals.
Honestly, they could turn this into a game.
Yeah, they could. It looks like a game.
It'll be peaceful.
There's a game that's similar to it.
Cats? Or something else?
Yeah. I think it's Cats.
Not you blacking out.
No, that's true. You did mention it. I forget.
Oh, that's so cute.
The cat is not interested.
It said, "What are you doing?"
So I'm guessing there's no dialogue. It's basically just visual.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So they connect to the emotion. You're observing with your emotions.
Right.
How long is the movie? Do you guys know?
Oh, I think isn't it like a regular? Hold on, let me search it up really quickly.
Wow, that scene is actually beautiful.
No, it is beautiful.
Well, it's 1 hour and 24 minutes.
Oh,
so
that's
a little
not
bit
bad.
less than your standard movie time.
I don't know. I kind of feel sad because it seems like the cat lost his friend in the middle way.
This is reminding me of Noah's Ark. Noah's Ark.
Noah's
I
Ark.
can see.
Like we bring all the
everybody's
animals in
getting on the boat.
Yeah, because of the flood.
This reminds me a lot of a movie, but I don't remember the movie name. But it's similar.
I
Just
like the
with
way
cats.
how there's no dialogue in this film, but it's like you can still connect to the individual characters because of the way how they act, the music that's behind it.
Wait, I think it was Ice Age. One of the Ice Age movies, I think.
You lost me. I forgot what you were talking about. I'm like thinking about Ice Age. I'm thinking about the Matilda song from the first movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, very cute movie, very emotional. I know you had a lot to say about it, about the fact that there's no dialogue, right?
Yeah. I love the fact that it's very different from what you see in Hollywood. It's more of, let's get into the sense of the viewer's emotions with the ambience of the sounds and the water's rushing and just to gain the perspective of like animals, like what would they do if they were in the natural disaster? Would they team up and give them like a human persona, which is pretty funny. And the animation, I just love it. It's like a mix of like watercolor with like 3D rendering and 2D. I think it really like smooths out like the story and connects with the viewers like emotions and saying you just have to, when you're watching a film, you could get a lot out of visual. Like you don't need to speak. It's like when animals, like, animals, they can't speak, but they show affection through their actions. We see that represented in the movie.
That's true.
And it really does show us that you don't need to say something. Your actions, whatever you do, it connects with each other. It's part of humanity. It's part of a life. Well, you don't really need words to express yourself. What you do with your body language could say a lot.
I think the whole movie is a testament to how powerful just plain storytelling can be. No dialogue, just straight up emotions and actions. It's like that one saying, like your actions speak louder than words. It's really just a testament to how powerful that kind of storytelling can be. And it's great. It's amazing.
And I also think like you have to successfully execute that.
Yes.
Or else it could go really wrong.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't just be like putting random characters. And you
Yeah,
have to do-
like adding
you
random
actually-
things. Like
you actually have to like connect it with the
Yes.
with the music and have a storyline that is like,
Mhm.
oh, look how they view this world.
Right.
because it could get confusing
Mhm.
fast.
And then last but not least, we have Dune
I
Part
think
2.
this is the one I was talking about. The sound and visual effects.
Yes.
Like, what do you mean Wicked didn't win?
So yes, Dune Part 2 won sound and visual effects, both of those different categories.
Mhm.
The synopsis is Paul Atreides unites with Channing and the Freeman, I think it's, while seeking revenge against the conspirators who destroyed his family. Facing a choice between the love of his life and the fate of the universe, he must prevent a terrible future only he can foresee.
I also think
So-
Dune has Zendaya and Timothy Chalamet.
Yes.
as
Mhm.
the main cast, maybe.
the
I'm
main,
not
the
completely
main,
sure.
yeah, the main two characters.
Mhm.
So for this movie, I watched Dune Part 1 and Part 2,
Mhm.
and I want to say I liked Part 1 a lot more, but I don't know if it's because in the auditorium at that time, I think the audio was a little bit wonky, so I kind of couldn't understand what was going on in the movie. I couldn't
Yeah.
really hear. But I liked the pace of the first movie a lot more. But I mean, I guess I would have to agree. Yeah, sound and visual effects were pretty good for this film.
Yeah, they-
Was
you
it?
just.
I never seen it.
Oh,
That's why I was just saying, was it?
No, I was just. You just reminded me something about the audio. When
Uh-huh.
the movie came out, a lot of people were complaining about the audio in the movie. That they don't know if that it was from
Yes.
the movie theaters or it was from the production.
No, it's from the theater. So
Yeah.
lots of theaters were having issues because they had to set the movie to a certain volume. I'm probably so wrong, but I think it had to be within like 7 and 9 or some sort of
Mhm.
number like that. And if they strayed away from that, you would hear the movie in a really weird way. It wasn't the movie's fault. It was just the way how they set it up in the auditorium. So a lot of people, it wasn't just me, a lot of people were having issues throughout the nation just trying to understand what was going on. I mean, I remember literally sitting down, watching the movie and being like, man, I wish I had subtitles right now. But I didn't know if it was just the audio or if it was me. Because I do sometimes have like audio issues where I'm like, yeah, I need subtitles to understand what's going on. But then I started seeing like all the videos of people saying like, oh, I couldn't understand anything. So then I was like, okay, I'm not crazy. There was something going on. But overall, I do think the sound and visual effects were good. But you said you think Wicked should have won that award?
I'm just biased, honestly. Like, I've never seen Dune.
That's so funny.
I've never seen Dune. I'm just
Right.
biased.
I mean, it's a good movie. I think, did you see the first one?
No.
Okay, well, it's a good movie regardless. I think you should watch if you like action and stuff.
Mhm.
I think it's what it is, right? Action,
Yeah.
sci-fi, maybe?
Yeah, sci-fi. Sci-fi.
I think you guys would probably like the movie. But yeah, I think those are the biggest movies that we've covered today. We have other movies that were really good, like The Brutalist and Conclave and whatnot, but I think these are like the main heavy hitters and also the ones that I kind of liked out of the most. Although the other movies were really good too. But yeah.
I think overall
So-
after like while we over this now, I think the one that I most want to watch is Flow, because I'm a
Me
kid at
too.
heart. I love animation. That looks
Mhm.
so cute. I just love it a lot.
Yeah, no, I haven't watched Flow
Yeah.
either because I didn't even know about its existence until it won. And then I was like, okay, this is actually such a good platform for people to, know that this kind of stuff actually is out there. It gives them, a spotlight. So that was really nice. I'm definitely gonna watch this.
Also,
soon.
with Wicked, because I forgot we didn't cover it, but for the best production
Oh,
design and
okay.
costume design, the man who won actually made history for being the first Black man to win
Wow,
that category at the
really?
Oscars.
Wow, that's
Yes.
great.
That's awesome.
No, I think the whole time I was watching that movie, I was paying attention to the costumes more so than the plot of the film. I was like, wow, that's amazing. And it's just like one after the other. Like every costume just kept getting progressively better and better. And I was like, man, I want to go online and like buy this for myself. It's so good. So I knew that Wicked was gonna win costume design for sure.
I think their costume design is better than the Broadway production.
I think so too.
For sure.
I think
Yeah.
they added more because
Yeah.
it's a film.
It's a movie,
it was
yeah.
longer too. It's like I think an hour more than the original
Yeah,
Broadway.
yeah.
About an hour more. So they had more time to like to make it different. Like, oh, this is the Broadway,
Right.
but in the film you want them to be like and just like, wow, that's amazing, and just add it with their own style, with the actor's style. They could put input and improv with it. I think that award is very well deserved because it was just beautiful. Even the production design was beautiful. The background made it feel like I was actually in Oz.
The special effects were amazing.
It was awesome.
But I think that wraps up the podcast.
Yeah,
right?
that wraps it pretty much up for today. And yeah, so go ahead and drop your guys' social media, starting from you.
Me this time?
Yeah, you this time.
So my Instagram is GabrielleJF_.
My Instagram is at Gabrielle Estrada.
My Instagram is Chelsea Rosa on pretty much any platform out there. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode of The Social Scoop. We really do appreciate you guys listening, tuning in. Go ahead and click the subscribe button, like, share if you enjoyed what you saw today.
And follow our socials.
Of course. Okay, thank you guys so much. Bye.
Bye. There's some confusion over rooming here at Shiz. That's us.
But of course, I'll rise above it, for I know that's how you'd want me to respond. Unusually and exceedingly peculiar and altogether quite impossible to describe.
Blonde.
We're trying so hard not to laugh. So pure,
so strong. You got that part.
I do believe that it can last,
And I will be loathing you. My
wings are sent to try us. Someone so disgusted if I'd want. I felt the moment I laid eyes on you. My pulses hit so pure and so strong. Leave that it can last. Oh no, you started this. You're gonna finish it. You're gonna finish.
I can't wait to look back and see Gabby's reaction to those.
I was laughing and then I was like,
Just stay there.
I should zoom in.
Yeah.